Hey everybody, Sammy here at SFI Sports Cards back with another video. Today is December 12th and we're going to do two VRs today. One for the Card Story, which is a father-son channel. That is Matt and Ty. They do an awesome job. Very entertaining videos. The other VR is for Theo over at Clemente Collector. Now, both of these channels, recently when I have time to get on YouTube and watch videos, I've been watching a lot of both of their channels. And I like what I see. Like, to me, you can tell it's obvious that it's almost like when they do their videos, it's their favorite part of the day. It just comes out in their videos. They're always very excited to be showing us cards, what they're collecting, and I like that almost more than anything, even besides just looking at the cards, is how they're excited. And they obviously love showing cards, collecting cards, and showing to us. And I mean, that's what I like. So, let's start with the Card Story. They need for us to show them combo cards, multiplayer cards. Now, I have a lot of them. But probably my favorite ones are the prospect and rookie cards, because like on a lot of them, it's very rare that two or more of the players on them will pan out. Sometimes none of them pan out. And I like to collect, names that were prevalent in baseball, but I like to see who else is on the card. I mean, like, what happened to that guy? Here's some of them I got here. This is a Raul Mondesi Coming Attractions, along with Ben Van Ryn. Now, obviously, Mondesi did something in his career. He played for a while, a couple different teams, but this guy on the right, I'm not sure really what happened to him. Here's another one from 1972. Bert Hooton, that's a rookie card. Do not know the rest. Maybe if anyone out there follows these teams, like the Cubs, maybe they can have some insight on what happened to them. Here's one. Here's a Joe Girardi. Now, I remember Rolando Rooms a little bit, but his career didn't last too long, I don't believe. There's the 88 or 89 Flair, I should say. Here's one. Carlos Delgado is on this one with Chris Howard, Paul Bacco. Jason Kendall's also a pretty good one. Actually, I've heard of all four of them. Bacco had a long career as a catcher. Chris Howard, not so much. Nice red and blue on this card. Well, it's okay. Chili Davis, Bob Brenly, along with Bob Tufts. I don't know what Tufts did, but obviously Brenly, he won a World Series with Arizona. Chili Davis, one of the great switch hitters that I remember watching. Cool card there. Oh, look at this one. This is the 92 Upper Deck prospect card. This is Mark Newfield and Rondell White. Seems like the early 90s had them dressing up in street clothes in a lot of these sets back then, whether you like it or not. Here's one, 71, Bobby Valentine. This one is in really good shape for a 71. Valentine, most known for a manager. while in his playing days. Here's another coming attraction. So what do we got here? Brian Taylor and Russ Davis. Now, most of you probably know the story about Brian Taylor. Now, his agent was Scott Boras. I think so. Well, anyway, Scott Boras, the big agent in baseball, said that Brian Taylor was the best left-handed prospect he had ever seen. And that was going farther, afterwards when Brian Taylor was done with baseball. Yeah, what could have been with him? More prospects. Yeah, Richie Sexson on this one. Darrell Ward played for a little while. The other two, not so much. Yeah, but that's why I love these prospect cards, because you don't know what really happened to the other guys that never made it. J.R. Richard, he was big time for a while. Then he had a stroke. Ended his career. He was in his prime, on his way to possibly Cooperstown. Check out some of his numbers. They'll blow you away. He was a great one. And here's a nice one too. Willie Randolph rookie card. Joey Royster, Dave McKay. I believe I remember those two. Roy Steger, not so much. Cool card there. We're almost down to the end, but here's a Dan Quisenberry. Future Stars. Really, really nice. And we will close out the raw ones with Bobby Mercer, rookie star. I believe he had a card the previous year, the 66. I think he had a rookie card as well. Very cool. And as far as a modern one, I'm not going to say that I'm very happy with how this turned out, but I just think, what could have been, what happened here. And you Yankees fans probably know what I'm talking about. Not a real, as far as like this card, I mean a Future Stars card, and knowing each one of these players, it just disappoints me that things didn't work out. But also, I wanted to throw this combo card in here, because it's awesome. But I know that for the contest, there's also a 63 Leaders card. I believe it has 5 Hall of Famers on it. I would really like that card, because I like these floating head cards. I just love the colors on them. So, yeah, that is the VR for the card story. This was fun pulling these cards out. Won't be as much fun putting them back, but because I have them in a binder. But it was fun going through that binder and like, I gotta take this one out. Gotta take this one out, take that one out. So yes, that was very entertaining for me. And now we are going to go to Theo's VR for Clemente story. This one is most loved cards. Now if you watch my channel, I love 85 Tops, and I guess we're going back to 85 Tops. Now, these cards here, I've had since I can remember, and I love them. Now, these are some of my 85 Tops. Most of the big Hall of Famers and stars I've pulled out, but as you can see, I'm not going to go through every one of these, but look at this card. Bruce Bernier, look, nice and tattered. You know, that's how they are, and you know, I'm not getting rid of them ever. I couldn't tell you what exactly I was doing with these cards, but like here's one, Jerry Bibzinski. I don't know how to pronounce his name. That one's tattered up pretty good. Who else? Now, the thing about this set is if someone said, oh, you know that Jackie Gutierrez card, which would never be said ever, but I'd be like, of course. I know exactly what it looks like, what the pose is. Like, that is my... Like, 85 Topps is like my wheelhouse as far as remembering images, what the colors are on the cards. Especially these commons. Oh, here's a Larry McWilliams. It's like thrashed. And I remember this pose for the longest time. There's a couple other ones in here. Here's a Gorman Thomas. Anytime you run into any Gorman Thomas card, you just gotta like stare at it for a little while. Gerald Perry. I remember this one forever. Had a couple good years with the Braves. Danny Darwin. We got that one all scruffed up a little bit. Where are some good ones in here? As far as Doug Sisk, this one's seen better days. But yeah, I do not plan on ever getting rid of these because part of my childhood, and I've had them forever. This George Wright card, I remember this, the pose on this one. What else we got here? Rick Miller. This one's got a little line there. But yes, I will cherish these. A couple Ozzie Virgil cards. There's a nice one right up the middle. So, like this card, Len Matuzak. I always remember this card. I remember he was playing first base, the pose, the hair in the back, the flip glasses. I mean, I wrote on this in probably 90. No idea even what that means, but I wrote it. That's all me right there. George Bell, Oscar Gamble. Oh, I love these cards. But anyway, yeah, the 85 Topps for me. Especially, like I said, commons. Like, I remember all of them. And also, probably the most cards I pulled out of packs, you know, back then. 87, 88, 89 Topps, 90 Topps. You know, all these came from packs. Pretty much every single one of them just ripping packs. Like, I can go into any of these and be... Steve Sax, you know. I got a story for him. He was... When Kirk Gibson hit his home run off Dennis Eckersley, I believe Steve Sax was on deck. And he was a very hyper player, like when he would celebrate. I remember when Gibson was coming home to touch home plate, like Sax, he wanted to like take his head off with a high five. Just a lot of these cards. Jay Bell. He didn't play along with the Indians. Was a great player with the Pirates. So I love like this genre. I love all these cards, just looking at them. So yeah, I guess there's it's more of an era of cards that are most loved for me, I guess. But yeah, those 85 beat up commons, I love them. They're just ingrained in my brain, like what they look like. So yeah, that's why I've got to go with that. But yeah, this was fun as well. Just going back, looking at some cards that you remember pulling out of packs. You know, when I was a kid, even up to a couple months ago. Let's get some 87, 88 tops and just rip some packs. It's always fun. But yes, that is the VR or the VRs. Hope you enjoyed them. I watched like both of these channels, the Card Story and Clemente Collector, a couple hours ago. Loving their stuff. So I will leave a link to their channels below in the description. Check them out. Throw them a VR. They're always fun. So many of them going around, but it's nice to find time to show some cards off and support these channels. So there you go. Everybody enjoy the night. I'm going to watch some hockey. Penguins Stars tonight. So enjoy your night, and I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe.